Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Tanya left the Sea Org after 1 year. So this is a continuation from that other video I was telling you guys about the other day.
Because I couldn't live with myself anymore for the way we were controlling people, the way when people left we had to get them back against their will.
How would you do that?
Well, a lot of people would blow, as the Scientologists say, would leave without permission. And then we'd call everyone, all their relatives, friends. We'd call up airports, have contacts there, post offices, telecom, all that kind of stuff, and get the person back. Either we'd go there and they would be blackmailed with their ethics folder. In these ethics folders, there would be very intimate things and crimes sometimes.
In their ethics folder is information collected through auditing, through sec checks, through TRs, knowledge reports, which I believe in Germany, that was one of the legal fights that was waged against Scientology, was the ecclesiastical, what's that called? It's confidentiality through like the ecclesiastical clause, which is supposed to be protected. When people are in Scientology, whether children or adult, they are constantly sec-checked. They are constantly audited, asked extremely personal questions, to include sexual questions asked of children, and nobody stands up for these children. Then in turn, that information, or if it was information given through snitching, like when people write a knowledge report on you, I think it's the KRs, that information, like what is it in police work, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, all of that information that is supposed to be confidential is not confidential. That's what she's talking about.
Theft, in the one case, I know a man, and he had sex with he paid for sex with children, and when he blew, we got him back because we said, either you come back or we're going to use this against you. Or you would physically get somebody back. You would physically go to the house where they were, drag them into the car and take them back, or you would just stop them physically from leaving.
I already covered the thing about the pedo earlier, but I wanted to go a little further here. All of these things that continually, it's been happening for, let's see, over 40 years now, and not a whole lot has been done about it. Completely taking people's free will, which I think is directly related to like the black magic and the Crowley. I think there's some type of relation, because I've seen this over and over, completely taking someone else's will away from them.
From leaving the estate, the security guards,
So it wasn't you, it was a security guard?
Oh, no, I didn't do that. The security was responsible for that. I wouldn't have been strong enough to do that anyway.
That's why we see outside of the blue building when some of the reporters are trying to politely just ask questions or have a conversation with some of the Scientologists. And a lot of the Scientologists are very willing. They just want to talk. I personally think a lot of them are lonely. And I don't give all of them a pass because I know a lot of them have done some bad things. But I think some of them are just, kind of innocent and just doing, what they're told to do and going up the bridge, which there was, what was this? I was listening to earlier. I can't think of his name right now. Harky? Really, he's got a really good channel. Anyways, what's I going to say about that? Some very interesting information, anyways, came out about how the information is used. When the higher up the bridge a person goes, they make them sign all these. It's just so diabolical. I mean, honestly, it's somewhat genius, but it's so diabolical. The higher up the bridge a person goes, the more money they have to pay for. And they sign these documents that completely bind them from sharing information, and just Harky went over that. I'll share his channel later. Okay, let's go forward here.
Did anyone question, in the case of the man having sex with little boys, did anyone question that they should go to the authorities?
No.
So,
you guys see, that's why I don't have a lot of... I'm losing compassion for certain Scientologists. No, wait. How do I say this? Like, I'm losing compassion for certain Scientologists as well as ex-Scientologists. And I would never do that across the board, but a lot of them are covering up sex abuse of children.
So that crime was okay as long as he wasn't Scientology?
Well, that crime was okay as long as he paid for auditing. Because, auditing can, cure any diseases, any sicknesses, any mental illnesses, and make everything turn out right again.
Sick. Yeah, there's that other phrase, make it go right, make it go right. Unfortunately for the little boys that man was abusing, nothing went right for them. And that's why, as so many of these guys, especially Serge, literally Serge, states, we have to get the children out. I don't know how this is going to occur because the parents are complicit in all this craziness. But there has to be a way, maybe a restructuring, I'm not sure, but it's just not acceptable. Peace.